All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're talking about Book Cover Studio AI, and we're going to see exactly how it acts as your personal mentor, guiding self-published authors toward professional sales results. Look, if you have ever poured your absolute heart and soul into writing a book, creating an ebook, or putting together any kind of digital product, you know that immense anxiety of finally hitting that publish button. But here's the hard truth we really need to face today. Most people don't struggle because their book idea is bad. They struggle because the finished product simply doesn't look commercially believable. So in this session, we're going to break down how to take your brilliant ideas from a rough, unfinished concept and transform them into a fully credible commercial product that literally commands attention. So here's the absolutely crucial point to remember. Before anyone reads a single word, they judge how it looks. Professional visuals are just absolutely essential for building immediate reader trust. Think about your own scrolling habits for a second. Whether you're on Amazon or Apple Books, a weak cover, maybe it has some clashing colors or a font that doesn't quite fit the genre, well, that can make even the most masterfully written book look cheap before the first page is ever turned. Establishing visual credibility directly prevents potential buyers from just scrolling past and ignoring all your hard work. It creates that instant subconscious signal that says, hey, this is a high-quality product, and it's absolutely worth my time and my money. Which brings us to a really painful but necessary question. Is your cover actually costing you clicks? We need to speak directly to you talented writers out there who are feeling completely overwhelmed by complex design software and frankly terrified that your hard work is just going to be ignored by the market. Because let's be real, you are writers, marketers, coaches, and creators. You're not necessarily graphic designers. When you're staring down these advanced design interfaces, it's incredibly easy to feel totally paralyzed. You know your writing is strong, right? You know your concepts can help people, but if the packaging isn't doing it justice, that visual disconnect is exactly what leads away your potential sales. Section 1. The amateur design struggle. Now, this amateur design struggle is what leaves digital product sellers completely paralyzed, just guessing at what actually looks professional. Most book cover tools or random image generators, they just dump you into a blank prompt box and say, go. And suddenly you have to somehow become a prompt engineer overnight. You're meticulously writing instructions while trying to guess at these highly nuanced genre expectations. I mean, is the typography supposed to be bold and blocky for a thriller, or elegant and serif for a romance? You're forced to somehow come up with a visual concept from scratch, figure out balanced composition, and just cross your fingers that the fonts and colors don't clash. It's a massive point of friction. You end up manually piecing things together, hoping it looks professional, but deep down fearing it just looks amateur. Section 2. Enter Book Cover Studio AI. And that brings us to how we completely fix that perception of amateur-looking designs. It's a stark contrast, really, between a plain, rough book idea and a highly credible commercial product. On one side, you have that frustrating amateur guessing game we just talked about, jumping straight into image generation and basically just hoping for a miracle without a real plan. But on the other side, a totally different paradigm, the guided AI workflow. This is where you shift from being a solitary, frustrated creator to actually having a structured, guided AI design assistant operating right inside ChatGPT. It's all about working strategically to build instant trust, rather than just hoping a random image generator accidentally gets it right. Section 3. The guided professional workflow. So, Book Cover Studio AI operates right inside ChatGPT, and it removes all that friction through a very structured, supportive process. It doesn't leave you in the dark. Think of it as a mentor's blueprint. These workflow steps prove you do not need to be a designer to go from an initial brief all the way to finalized commercial-grade marketing concepts. Instead of staring at that terrifying blank prompt box, the system actually guides you. Step 1, you just give it some basic details about your book. Step 2, the AI doesn't just spit out a random image, it acts like a true art director. It creates a structured brief and gives you 3 really strong targeted visual directions to choose from. That way you have options that actually fit your vision. And finally, step 3, once you decide on a direction, you receive a refined final cover concept along with the exact generation prompts you need. It literally takes you by the hand and says, let's build a bestseller together. Let's zoom in on that first step for a second. You simply start the workflow by sharing basic elements. Your title, your subtitle, your author name, your specific genre or niche, your target audience, and your tone and style preferences. And the best part, you know all of this intimately. You already did the hard part by writing the book. By just inputting these details, you're turning your raw concept into highly actionable data for your AI design assistant. It learns exactly who your book is for. So, for example, if you input cozy mystery, the AI automatically knows, okay, avoid the gritty, dark aesthetics of a horror novel. and it focuses entirely on the visual language that speaks directly to your specific audience. It uses your data to completely eliminate the guesswork. Section 4. Concept to commercial product. Now let's see how this builds into the polished promo graphics that directly increase your potential reader clicks and sales. Because Book Cover Studio AI is not just some random cover generator, it's a complete visual asset workflow. Having a nice cover? Well, that's only half the battle. To launch successfully, you need the full package to create a really strong first impression. Imagine having realistic book mockups that are perfectly formatted for your email newsletter, cohesive promo graphics ready for your Instagram launch, high-converting ad-style images generated specifically for your sales page. You even get transparent background product renders so you can seamlessly drop your book onto any website. These polished promo graphics are exactly what moved the needle on clicks and conversions. You literally go from saying, "I have a book idea," to "I have a fully branded book launch that looks ready to sell everywhere." This simple mechanism is really the golden rule of publishing. Make your book look worth buying before anyone reads a word. If your visuals are weak, if they're flat, or if they're inconsistent across your marketing channels, then even the most beautifully written, transformative book is going to look cheap to a buyer. But when you have a cohesive, high-quality visual asset pack generated through a guided workflow, you instantly elevate your perceived value. You're telling the market loud and clear that you're a professional and your book absolutely demands their attention from the very first glance. Section 5. Upgrade your publishing toolbox. As we wrap things up today, it is time to shift your mindset. We need to move away from the frustration of DIY design and step into absolute confidence in your book's visual presentation. Ultimately, your author toolbox is just incomplete with Book Cover Studio AI to guarantee your hard work actually looks ready to sell. Stop letting weak visuals hurt good books. You've already done the heavy lifting, right? You've written the words, structured the knowledge, created the compelling story. Now let a guided AI design assistant ensure your first impression is flawless and credible. Add Book Cover Studio AI to your toolkit today. Stop guessing with your design and start commanding the clicks and the sales your book truly deserves. So I'll leave you with this provocative thought. What will the visual legacy of your next book be? Is it going to just blend in, or will it look undeniably worth buying?